Defeating the temptation. The Holy Bible says, "Watch and pray so that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the body is weak." It is said that every time you defeat a temptation, you become more like a Jesus, like a Buddha. The temptation is ugly and it can drag you into endless troubles. Negative people can never control their temptations. Black magic, witchcraft, or any form of negative karma is a process that plays with your temptations. Always remember this. It tempts you to perform an act which is totally destructive for you and your family. And to enable this, the evil forces try to push you more towards negativity because then it becomes easier to play with your temptations. The Bible mentions it, and so does other religious scriptures. Temptation is the root of your miseries. Your spiritual journey or your material journey can reach its destination only if you are able to win over your temptations. A true yogi or a monk is a person for whom temptation simply doesn't exist. So there is no question of overcoming it. That is the true spirit, the true Christ, the true Buddha. And that reminds me of a wonderful story that shares an insightful message. One day, one of Buddha's disciples, a young monk, was passing through a street when the most beautiful woman of that town fell in love with him. She came out of her house and requested the monk to come and stay with her. The rainy season was on the way, so she said, "Why don't you stay with me during the rainy season?" Because monks have to stay somewhere. For 4 months during the rainy season, monks don't move. So you will have to stay somewhere. You will have to find some shelter. Then why not with me? He said, "Perfectly okay. I will just have to ask my master for permission. If he says yes, tomorrow morning I will be present at your door." The beautiful woman could not believe the way the monk said those words, as if there was no problem. He said, "Perfectly okay. I have to stay somewhere. I was going to ask somebody to give me shelter for 4 months, and this is a gift from you. I just have to ask my master. It is just a formal request because that is the way. I have to tell him that a certain woman has requested that I stay with her. Can I stay with her?" Other monks heard about this, and of course they were jealous. It was impossible to tolerate. This was too much. But they waited. They waited because they thought Buddha would absolutely say no. A monk and staying with a woman? But when the monk asked Buddha, Buddha looked at the monk and said, "Perfectly right. You can stay with her." Now others stood up and they said, "This is not fair. Do you not see the risk? This is a young man, and that woman is almost a magician. Even great kings are trapped by her, and this young man is almost innocent. She is not interested in giving him shelter. she has become lustful towards his beautiful body. And you say yes? Buddha said, you wait. We will decide who is right after 4 months. Let him go and let him stay with the woman. Those 4 months seemed very long to the other monks. It was really difficult to wait, and they knew that Buddha was going to be proved wrong. She would not leave this young monk alone. She would seduce him. It was absolutely certain. And after 4 months, the monk came back and touched Buddha's feet. The other said, now tell the truth. What happened? And the monk said, just wait a few minutes, because the woman is coming, and it will be better to hear it from her. The woman came and touched Buddha's feet, and she asked to be initiated into sannyas. Buddha said, why? She said, I tried to seduce him, but I failed. He seduced me into sannyas. For 4 months, I tried every possible way, but he remained like a lotus leaf. I would dance naked around him, and he would meditate. I have never failed in my life. This is the first time. For the first time, I am impressed by a man. For the first time, I have encountered a man. Up till now, I had seen only slaves. They may have been great kings, but they all touched the dust of my feet. This is the only man I have seen who remained like a lotus leaf. I tried every possible way: good food, beautiful room, beautiful clothes, beautiful bed, every possible comfort, but I failed. I could not distract him. I would dance my most cherished dances, and I start throwing my clothes away, but he would just laugh and giggle and say, what are you doing? It is too cold. You may catch cold. He has transformed me. Now I would like to become the same, a lotus leaf. What a beautiful, insightful story. Virtue is nothing without the trial of temptation. For there is no conflict without an enemy, no victory without strife. A true monk or a true saint or a true sannyasi is the one who cannot be disturbed or moved by any temptation. When the heart is pure and the mind is constantly conscious, temptation simply cannot exist. And then there is no question of overcoming it. The need to overcome arises only when you are still stuck in the ugly mud of temptations. For the one who is free from temptations, there is absolutely no need to overcome them, for then he is already living a beautiful life filled with the true essence of freedom, bliss, joy, and love. Life is no more a misery, there is a joy to it. It is a beautiful poem, a song, a dance. Don't just run from temptation, look it in the eye and defeat it. Meditate.